Hey everyone, I've got some time before I have to get ready before I get ready to get myself freshened up for work. I thought I'd kind of talk about the fact that we are 69 days away from WrestleMania 32, and the WWE intends on making this the biggest WrestleMania ever, attendance-wise. Yeah, WWE, you got 69 days or less. Good luck in trying to fill up that entire stadium. Now, last night, myself, along with people like the Lex Man, OTR Central, Solid Monster, several others, basically we said that the WWE planted the. We basically came out and said that the WWE somewhat planted the seeds for the WrestleMania 32 card. Now, I look at this going several ways for WWE. I look at it on the fact that we pretty much know what the main event is going to be, whether we like it or not. And that is Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Unless they decide to change it up at the last minute. Because there's still a possibility they could do Lesnar and Reigns. We got one more pay-per-view before that, which is Fastlane, and they could blow off the whole Lesnar Wyatt feud there and have Reigns beat Triple H there, and well, there you go. But I think they're going to stick to their guns, and we're going to have Triple H and Reigns for the championship at WrestleMania. Now, with that said, um, I pretty much said in my more recent video before this that the reason they're going with that match is there's more to it. There's a bigger picture. And the bigger picture I look at is not only is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship going to be on the line, but so is the Authority's power. And I know you're thinking, why would they even add that stipulation? It was added already in the past at Survivor Series. What point is it? What point is there to add it now? Real simple. It's WrestleMania, and usually at WrestleMania, when a feud comes to an end at this event, a rivalry, a feud, a storyline, it is finalized. It is done. And the Authority storyline has been going on for the past few years, and not a lot of people have become very fond of it. So it only makes sense that if you're going to get 100, not 100, well, yeah, if you're going to get over 100,000 people siding with Roman Reigns, and as well as siding with his cousin The Rock, if The Rock decides to be in his corner, then the best solution is to have Reigns not only win back the championship by beating Triple H, but also have him end the Authority's reign. Basically, end it, have it done with, get him out of here, if you know what I mean. Now, from a storyline perspective, this could actually work because it's not, this time it's not Seth Rollins, with everything, with the Authority, with everything on his shoulders, with everything on the line and on his shoulders. Basically, it's not Seth Rollins, the one that's has the weight of the WWE, or at least the weight of the Authority and the McMahons on his shoulder. This time, it's the COO himself. And from a storyline perspective, this could work. Because let's say Triple H loses, and there's no doubt he's probably going to. From a storyline perspective, you could have Vince McMahon and maybe even Stephanie get so irate with Triple H that not only does Vince McMahon no longer want him associated with the family, But you could take it a step further from a storyline perspective and have Stephanie, file for a divorce because he failed, because he caused them to lose the control. And, by doing that, you could turn Triple H babyface the following night after he's getting scolded and blamed for failure. You could have him go babyface, and maybe even if Vince McMahon's able to do it, pedigree Vince McMahon in the middle of the ring, get on the mic and say, "Look, I'm sick and tired of having to do things your way. That it's not best for business." You could have him do that. You could. Now, you could also probably include Stephanie in on it, siding with Triple H if they wanted to do that, by having her basically say, "Look, Dad, we tried it your way, but we're going to go back to what we wanted to do in the first place. We're going to go back to what made the fans support us and not be against us, and we're going to go back to giving them what they want, and hopefully that'll get us back into power." Or something like that. I don't know. But basically, from a storyline perspective, as far as that stipulation is, like I said, it could be basically them going out of power, them being removed from power permanently could really work. But then again, as I just said there, they could also, from a storyline perspective, find a way to get that power back by maybe having the board of directors put them on a probation period to where they got to prove, hey, we've changed. We're no longer going to be about us. We're going to be about the WWE universe. We're going to be about what the fans want. So from a storyline perspective, that might work because you'll basically be bringing the authority back to the babyface side. And just like a lot of people say should be done with Roman Reigns, by turning him heel and having him go on a heel run, and that when he eventually becomes babyface, he's going to get a massive reaction and pop. The same with the authority, that once Triple H and Stephanie maybe go back to babyface after, let's say, Triple H loses to Roman at WrestleMania and causes the McMahons, the authorities, to be out of power, the authority themselves, Stephanie and Triple H, to prove that they've changed, can end up turning babyface by saying, "Hey, we're going to get ourselves a second chance. We're going to do things the right way this time. We're going to do things the way we should have kept doing it before you." And you could have Stephanie even do this, point at her dad to say, "Before you stuck your nose in our business." So that could work. I'm not saying they would do that, but I could almost assume that that could be something a direction they could go in. They're out of power, but at least you could have them plead with the board of directors to give them a chance to redeem themselves and say, "Hey, look, we were wrong in our decisions. We should have listened to the universe. We should have listened to our superstars and divas. Let us correct our mistakes," and that could work. So pretty much we know Reigns and Triple H, like I said, is a lock for the main event of WrestleMania. But then you get to another highlight of WrestleMania, and that's The Undertaker. Now, true, he doesn't have an undefeated streak anymore, but where do you go with Taker? How do you incorporate him into this year's WrestleMania? Well, a lot of people would think, well, the most logical choice is to get him against Sting. It might be the last match for both of them. Why not just let them go at it? Put the dream match together. That's going to sell out. That's really going to help sell out AT&T Stadium, and leave it at that. That's a possibility, but it's a long shot. It's a long shot, but it's a possibility. The most logical match I think they're going to end up doing is going to be Taker, and because he is who he is, despite how people feel about him, there is still a strong chance Cena's going to come back, and it's going to be Cena and Taker at WrestleMania. Like I said, there's still a strong chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's a more stronger chance than Sting versus Taker. It's a lot more realistic chance right there. Now, there has been reports that it could be Kevin Owens, but right now it looks like they got Kevin Owens locked in to feud with AJ Styles. We don't know if that's going to culminate at WrestleMania. So the question is, who else do they have? And who else could they get in there with Taker? Who else could they get? And my honest thought, my honest opinion, my honest opinion is if you can't do Cena, which I think is a strong, which I still believe I still believe could happen, knowing how John Cena is. I think the most logical thing to do is to have Taker one-on-one with a member of the League of Nations. And that member would be Sheamus. Hear me out. From a storyline perspective, you could have the League of Nations, they're continuously bullying people, they're doing this, they're doing that. You need something that's going to get, that's you need to put them in something that is going to get them over, but not make them look like a joke. Or at least get the leader of the League of Nations over, but not make him look like a joke. And I think Sheamus against Taker is the best option you got. It is. It really is. It's the best option you got. I know some people will say, but that wouldn't make any sense. Think of it this way. You have the League of Nations, the bullying people, the sided with the authority. You have Taker come in and be the one that basically is a threat to the League of Nations and the chance and the authorities' reign of control and power. So basically, to me, that would be the best logical choice. Taker, Sheamus. That's what I believe. It's the best logical option. That's how I think. That's a match I think WWE should book for WrestleMania. Because if you can't get Sting Taker, which again would definitely sell out that place, and if you can't get Cena in Taker, then again the most logical would be Sheamus Taker. Just my opinion on it. Basically, that's a match I would like to see. Basically, these are matches I would like to. I think WWE should book. This is how I believe WWE should book WrestleMania. These are the matches, if you will. The next match, of course, you got to have the championships on the line. You got to have, besides Night of Champions and maybe every other pay-per-view, you got to have all the titles on the line. And I think for the United States Championship, you need to have Del Rio. You need to go multi-man with this. And you need to go in the direction you went with the Intercontinental Championship. So if I'm WWE, I go a ladder match for the United States Championship. And in this ladder match, I still have Kalisto as champion. You got to let him at least carry it to Mania. I have the United States champion, and like I said, you got to let it be Kalisto. Let him hold it till Mania. Let it be him. Let it be his partner Sin Cara. That would cause some intrigue and maybe some interesting intrigue. Neville, because I do agree he needs an opportunity there. Owens, maybe. Well, not Owens. This is the way I look at it. You need Kalisto. You need Del Rio. You need Neville. And one more. You can make a four-way ladder match. You need one more. And I think the last opponent, the last piece of that puzzle, as far as the roster goes, as far as the roster goes, should be Heath Slater. I'm not lying. If you don't put the social outcast into the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal, at least try to treat these guys with dignity. At least give them an opportunity and put Kalisto, Neville, Del Rio, and Slater into this ladder match. That to me would really catapult guys like Kalisto even further, Neville even further, and more importantly, someone like Slater even further. And honestly, you've had this little storyline going around where Slater had, for the past year, wanted to challenge John Cena for the United States title. This would be the perfect opportunity to finally give him that United States title. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, now, of course, we have the Intercontinental Championship. And I talked about this in my Royal Rumble review. And I believe if you don't go one-on-one Jericho Ambrose, and you don't do one-on-one a regular, regular grudge match, no DQ, whatever you want to call it, street fight between Zayn and Owens, then I think another multi-man match, a regular fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship is the best way to go with these four. And that's how I would book it. That's how I would book it because basically there are some people like Jeff Siegel, the Schleg Daddy, that are not too keen on another Owens Zayn match, if you will. So I would go with a multi-man match. Now, here's the thing though. If WWE, according to sources like Dave Meltzer, are planning to feud Owens and Styles, then I would take Zayn out. Okay, take him out because maybe he'll just have one match with Owens at Fastlane. Take him out because it seems they still want to maybe make him the NXT champion again. I would take Zayn out of the picture. I would insert Styles in there. And then that way you could have Jericho, Ambrose, Styles, Owens for the Intercontinental Championship. And to further solidify that getting AJ Styles under contract was worth the money they spent and the fact that they're actually behind the guy, I would put the Intercontinental Championship on AJ Styles. I would. That's how I would book those two title matches. I would do two back-to-back Fatal 4-Way matches. Then, for the Divas title, again, we could have back-to-back-to-back Fatal 4-Way matches because you could have Charlotte go in as the champion against Sasha, Becky, and Paige, or Charlotte, Becky, or against Sasha. You could have, like I said, you could have Charlotte go in there against Sasha, Becky, and Paige, or go in there against Sasha, Becky, and Bayley if they want to bring Bayley up finally. But if they don't do that, then I definitely see and I even said this in my Twitter, especially when I saw what Sasha did to Charlotte last night. To me, that's the best way to build up to a three-way horsewomen match for the Divas Championship at WrestleMania 32. That's right. You basically put Charlotte against Becky against Sasha, and you put it for the Divas Championship. Let them go to town, let them loose in this match, and then you give it either to Sasha because you know that AT&T crowd's going to be behind Sasha, or you give it to Becky Lynch. One of them. The AT&T crowd's going to it's going to really be behind Sasha, so you give it to her, or if you know they're going to be behind Becky, you give it to Becky. So that's how I would book the Divas Championship for WrestleMania, or how I feel WWE should book the match for WrestleMania. Now, as far as the tag team titles go, the question is, who else do the Usos have to face? I mean, not the Usos, but the New Day have to face. Who else is there for them to defend against? Well, we know that Sin Cara, like I said, Sin Cara is out with an injury, which opens the door for Kalisto to go on to Mania as United States Champion. Like I said, in what I would have WWE book as a Fatal 4-Way ladder match. But who would I have the New Day face? Well, it's real simple. The New Day has several teams, and this is the opportunity, whether you like some of the teams or you don't, for them to get into this. And this is the way I look at it. Okay, you got Darren Young back. Pair him up with Titus. Put them back together as the primetime players, and have a multi-team. Matter of fact, have New Day run a tag team gauntlet match. Have them defend the titles in a tag team gauntlet match. Have them face four tag teams. Have them face the Dudleys. Have them face the Primetime Players, the Usos, and then a mystery team. And you make that mystery team Enzo and Big Cass. That's right. You make that mystery team a team from NXT. You either make it Enzo and Big Cass with Carmella, so that way she can neutralize Xavier, or you make it the Vaudevillains. But I think the best choice is to make that fourth mystery team, Enzo and Big Cass with Carmella, and then you do the shocker. You have the mystery team, which I would say being Big Cass and Enzo, you have them walk out with the tag team titles. That to me would be a WrestleMania moment. Right there. Okay. Then, of course, you have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It's kind of a toss-up who you want for that. Now, besides that, besides the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I don't really know what else could be done unless, like I said, instead of doing a Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental title match and they just do Ambrose Jericho, then maybe you do Styles and Owens as a one-on-one grudge match at Mania. But if you're already going to probably do that at Fastlane, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's all I got. But those are the matches I feel WWE needs to book for WrestleMania to really get people in the seats and really get people to maybe look back at the show and say, hey, this was a good show. This was a good Mania. It was worth ordering off pay-per-view because, yes, I will admit it's the only pay-per-view since the networks come out. It is still the only pay-per-view that I will pay money for. I will order off cable because I'm not about to deal with the hiccups, the freezes, the skips that I dealt with like I dealt with last night during the Rumble. So, and I watched the Rumble on this big screen television here. So, on this television here, and it's directly connected by Ethernet cable, but it's still kind of skipped. So I'm not going to deal with that again. But point being, this is the matches I feel WWE needs to book at Mania. These are the matches I believe WWE needs to book at WrestleMania. But let me know what you think. Do you agree with my choice of matches that I feel WWE needs to book for WrestleMania? And how would you book it? What matches do you think they should book? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. And yes, you may have noticed I didn't include Daniel Bryan because we don't know what his status is right now. If he's able to come back, then take Sheamus out, put him against Taker. There you go. But still, if he's not, but if that's not the case, then I don't know what. So, but let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Respond down below. Let me know what matches you feel WWE should book for WrestleMania. How do you think they should go? Scenario wise, and that's about it. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below, reply in a video if you like. God bless. Take care. I am out.